Alright, good morning everybody. I'm outside of the bins. It is actually, I said it was busy last time. It is definitely busy this time. Like, I think this is the most people I've ever seen at line at this time. Because it's like 7 minutes before opening. And the line is already to like the end. So, we'll see how that goes. But I'm sure it'll be fine. If not, that's totally fine. But, I will update you guys if I find anything. And just like check in and everything like that as normal. So I hope to see you guys back for the haul video. I didn't really check in while I was sorting my cart, but I do have several singles. The one that I'm most sad about is the Beha, and then probably the this irregular choice one, which I feel like is very recognizable. So I'm sad nobody's found it yet. But I have had some good stuff, so I'm not gonna be disappointed if I don't find them other ones. But I just hope I find the Beha and then the irregular choice shoe. Alright, I found all these Nisolo shoes, and unfortunately, some of them were really, really worn, or just weren't matches. Here's some passes these Vince shoes had somewhere in the upper, and Acquatalia. These were in nice condition, but this brand doesn't sell for me. I probably should have still got them, but I didn't, and I can't do anything about that now. Here's some more Nisolo that was really worn. Some of them were not the correct match. There's another pair of Acquatalias. I did like the style of those, but that brand just doesn't move for me. And I like those Nisolos too, but they're a little bit too worn, in my opinion. And like more Nisolo, there was no match for that one. There's no match for that one. And these two look like the same match, but they were actually different colors and the same feet, I believe. But they were 100% different colors. And then more Nisolos. These ones I almost got. I think they just said they were a little bit too worn. Or maybe it was a different pair later. I can't remember. And these are Serell boots. This style I just don't pick up. It does not sell well for me. So I see those all the time and I pass on them. Here's the Nisolos I almost got and I was talking about. That brand just hasn't been moving that well for me, so I decided to leave those. And then here are the singles. Here's an irregular choice shoe. That would have been a great find. It was in excellent shape, and that probably was so close to $100. So I was sad about to leave and not find that one. Here's a single Rothes loafer. This probably would have sold for around $50. So, and they're lightweight, so that was a pretty big bummer to not find that one. Also, at the bottom of those, there are a pair of natives that were a little bit just too worn. The little red Croc League shoes there. I will pick those up sometimes. And then here's the single Veja, which I was sad to not find this one as well. So, pretty sad singles today, but it could always be worse. Okay, 11:17, so about a little over 3 hours there. That was, I found some very good stuff. I'm actually so excited about some of this stuff, but there are some things that were actually, like, tragic that I did not find. I mean, it could be worse. Nothing, knock on wood, has been as worse as that one Burberry heel. Like, that was terrible that one time. But, otherwise, I've been doing fine. But I found a single Veja, Rothes, and a irregular choice shoe, and that might have sold for like close to $100. So that was sad. And then yeah, but you'll see them in the video. I'm gonna drive back now and then grab something to eat, and then I will haul what I find. All right, hi everybody, welcome to the haul part of this video. So I'm very excited to show you guys what I found. I did not stop by at the retail store just because I honestly did not feel like it. But yeah, so I'm gonna also address some questions now. Some people ask why I only look through the shoe bins, and sometimes I do look through the clothing bins. It's just that I'm not as successful with the clothing bins as I am with the shoe bins. And then two, shoes generally just resell for more money. They retail generally for more money. Obviously, like a pair of Walmart flip-flops isn't gonna retail for the same as like a designer like top or pair of pants, or even like some of my favorite jeans brands or something like that. But a lot of the times more people are willing to spend more money on shoes. It's gonna have a higher return on your investment. However, some cons to that I have been realizing are the amount of space is very limited if you have a lot of shoes. So I have basically run out of room, so I need to figure something else out for that. I might just have to put on pause on like going to the bins and sourcing the shoes for now. But I also just like looking at the racks, like the Goodwill retail store racks more, like just like finding the clothes on the racks. I just enjoy that a lot more than going through the bins, because when I have looked at the things in the bins, I just feel like I haven't really found much, at least at the Nashville location. But I know some people that do look at the Berry Hill like Ben's location, which is the one I go, and they look through the like clothes and they find some great stuff. So I don't know, I probably should start doing that, but also like at the end of the time when I'm like done looking through the bins, sorting my cart full of my shoes and everything like that, it's about like 10:30 or so. So I've been there for 2.5 hours and I can make it all day. It's just kind of like the fun part for me is the shoes, and then the clothes seem like a little bit of a chore, and then it's like another, I think the bag rotation starts at like 12 or something, so it's just another 2 hours there, and if I'm not finding anything, then it's just really hard to look through. Like I need that one find in there to keep me going, if that makes sense. Anyways, so I really enjoy selling clothing. I just really don't like looking through the clothing bins because I just haven't had a whole lot of luck. Anyways, one of the things I found are a pair of Fry. So the brands I always find at the bins, now I can't say always anymore because last trip I did not find my 4. They are Tory Burch, Fry, Birkenstock, and Serell. I always found those brands, all except one time. This time I found all of those, so don't even worry. But so this is, I got lots of, I think I got 4 pairs of Fry today maybe, but this is a pair of Day Stay Flats. These ones are wet, so I have to let them out to dry. I'm guessing they're size 7.5. I'm guessing one of the bins like got wet or something. And yeah, so these need to dry, but there was one bin full of like pretty good shoes, but it was like a lot of the shoes were like wet, so it was really gross to look through. So I think some people were just like, I'm not dealing with that, which is totally reasonable because it is kind of gross. But I went through it and I found like 10 like different styles of like Solo, and a lot of them were rubber banded together, but they weren't the exact match. So, and I couldn't find the other matches to them. So I don't know what was up with that, but I did find some pairs. They were all the same size, so all from the same person, and there was a lot of them there. I definitely took a video of that somewhere earlier, but these are in a Solo. This is just like the N logo. These don't retail for like a ton. I mean, they retail for a lot. Like they're pretty expensive, like over $100, but for like, they're really well made, so if the price point is completely fair in my opinion. But these are size 6.5, I believe, and the quality is great, but the Solo just hasn't resold the best for me. So I find them in the bins all the time. A lot of people wear them out, and the person that donated these definitely like wore a lot of her pairs out. But they were all between a 6.5 and a 7, I believe. Yeah, these ones are size 6.5, but all I have to do is just condition the toes on that one. There was some I left just because I don't know, because they haven't sold the best for me. They were a smaller size at a 6.5, and they don't sell the fastest, and but then there's some things that I like, these where I'm like, I probably could have left these, but I don't know, I just didn't. These are All Saints boots. I like All Saints, just not a brand that sells super like fast for me all the time, but some things do great for me, the brand, so it's just a little bit interesting. But these are just a nice pair of boots. I wouldn't have bought these at Goodwill, but at the bins I decided to give them a go. They're size 38, so they are a nice All Saints and Rag & Bone. Personally, I love the aesthetic of those brands, but they just don't always resell the best, unfortunately. At the beginning, I found 5 like single shoes, and they were all like really good. And I found like most of them. The only singles I didn't find were was the Irregular Choice shoe, which that would have been like a really good sale, like $80 to $100 probably. I haven't found that brand in like a few years, but I kind of discovered it myself. And last time I sold them, they got really good attention and sold for like $63 or something. And I feel like the ones I found were even a better style and in even better condition. So I was really sad I couldn't find the other one for that. And I know it wasn't there because somebody would have recognized it. I would have seen it, and I went through all the bins twice. So yeah, and then the Veja could have been there, or the Veja, and did not find that one either. And then obviously the Rothes I found actually right before I was about to leave. I'm guessing somebody threw it back because they couldn't find the other one, but I didn't see it. So, but other than that, I did find some other good stuff. I want to say these were the first thing I grabbed, and they were just a lug sole, like leather boot, and the brand is Equitar, but they're made in Spain, which is why I looked them up. They're size 38, and the style is really nice on them. I think they are a real leather as well. They're nice boots. Again, they take a lot of space. I looked them up. It looks like they were at Goodwill for $20. It if it says 19, that means it's $19.99, or like if it has an 8, it means it's $8.99. So basically $9. And nobody bought them. I would never have paid $20 for these. I don't think I would have even paid half. But they're not like super heavy. I looked at comps and some of them were sold at Free People, so I thought I'd give them a try. Well, that's a new brand to me. These were on the floor, and this is a designer brand as well, but these are not in good condition. They are Palm Angels, which is like a streetwear brand, and these are just a pair of like slides, like pool slides, I don't know. They're made in Italy. I think these ones are authentic, which is great. Yeah, size 46. This is like a streetwear brand, and the biggest wear is like right there. I feel like I can wipe like some of this spots off. If not, that's fine. But in good shape, these are selling for like 150, which, yeah, so I think I can maybe even list these for 50, which is great. But I don't know, they kind of smell like a little smoky, to be honest, so I have to probably just air those out a bit, and hopefully they're gonna be fun. All right, these are this is the pair of Tory Burch I got today. I found another pair, but they were not in good condition. These are just kind of basic. They're size 7. These are like a $20, but they're like lightweight, and I think this is the newer font. So, and they're kind of like a nice style. Like they have the logo without being too flashy. So, and like I'd be happy with 20. I'd probably list them at like 32. All right, this was one of those singles I found, and it is a fry boot. I found all the matches for I didn't take any single shoes home. That's kind of one thing, is like I don't really sell single shoes. Like I know some people have picked up like single shoes from the bins. That's just really not my thing. So I mean, I feel like I've accidentally picked up a single shoe because I forgot to throw it back or something. But like I'm not picking up a single shoe with the intention of selling it. Maybe if I found like a Chanel flat or something, but not gonna. I don't even want to do that. I don't want to find a single Chanel flat. I'd rather just not find a Chanel at all than find a single Chanel flat. So knock on wood that I don't find a single Chanel flat, because that would probably break me. But these are Fry. I think these might be the Veronica style, but they are manufacturer distressed. So I don't know where the other one is right now, but oh, there it is. But I was happy to find the other one for that. One of my bins friends, there was a lot of people I didn't recognize, and I only recognized like maybe like 5 people, and there was probably like 60 at the opening. So yeah, but my friends that I see all the time she gave me that one. I haven't seen her in a little bit, but I was happy to find that. And this was in like that wet bin with the Nasolos and the Fry shoes. These are Francis Valentine, which is definitely a Bolo brand. I'm very excited about these. The last time I had Francis Valentine shoes, they sold for $100. Now these are just a slide, but they are like, this part is leather, and these are size 9. But I can maybe get $50 for these. I'm excited to find those. I was pretty happy to find those, and they're lightweight. So also in that bin, I had found one of these, and my friend gave me the other one. He's actually the one that I bought the Jenny Kane shoes off of for $3 at one time. But these are a Loeffler Randall. I really like to sell this brand, and these are just a nice pair of like slides, sandals. So size 10, pretty nice shape on those. I like that like detail, silver leather upper, and yeah, we'll see how these do. But I've had pretty good luck with this brand. So all right, this is a brand, like a comfort shoe brand. I don't always like, it doesn't seem that exciting, but I have had pretty good luck with it. These are just a comfort brand. They're Spring Step by Layer Teased by Spring Step. I don't really pick up Spring Step, but I will pick up this Layer Teased line. And these are a size, I don't know what size they are. Probably should have looked for a size before I bought them, right? It's 39. So hopefully these can get like around $30. I'll just have to do like minimal cleanup to those. Alright, I've never tried this particular brand out before, and I'm not a style of these. I feel like they are pretty outdated. But they're like a platform, like heel shoe. I don't like the style of these at all, but they are Lamb, which is I think Gwen Stefani's brand. It looks like bags do the best in this brand, but I saw a pair of these at Goodwill so it's the May 30th when I'm filming this, and I went to the Goodwill on May 28th, and they had a pair of these for $30. and I did not buy those, but at the bins thought I would try these ones out because they are in nice shape for a pair of heels at the bins and stuff. So this is a new brand to me, but we'll see how those do. This is one of the other singles I found, and I've never found this brand before, surprisingly, because I think I've sold it, but I honestly didn't like these over that well, and I'm having a hard time. Okay, never mind, we're good. So I was just in the bin, and I see Acne Studios, and I was like, okay, are those even, like, I was like, okay, are those real? And I touched them. I was like, okay, those are real, because these are a buttery soft leather, and they are probably one of the most trendy styles of boots ever. They have like a, kind of like a Mason Margiela type toe, and then the heel is just so, and it says Acne Studios made in Italy, size 37. So these are 100% authentic and everything. Yeah, and I only found one of them. And at this point, I found this first Fry boot, this Acne Studios boot, and then my next pair of shoes, which the Jenny Kane guy also gave me. And these are Ferragamos, which, like, don't always do the best, but I think the men's Ferragamos do great, and I really like the, okay, well, these do have some, like, wear to them, like there, and, like, there, and scuffing, but these are, like, probably $500 shoes, maybe. Obviously, if they did the big Ferragamo logo, they would do better, but they have, like, a little Ferragamo edge right there, which I think is nice. Or what size are these? These are a size 9, so I could maybe try them on, but I'll probably just sell them, but I kind of like them. Maybe, do I like them because I like them, or do I like them because they're just Ferragamo? But I don't know. Made in Italy, all that, but I was gonna definitely grab these at the bins. And I found one of that, so I was like, are you kidding me? I found none of the matches. I'm gonna show you my, like, last find, like, yeah, anyways, okay. Okay, so I said I was gonna be done picking up this brand, and then the last pair I found at the bins, they sold, like, in a day, so I thought I'd try them again. I'm gonna buy them again, but these are just Fly Londons. They sold for, like, 31 bucks, but they sold fast. But they're just these ones are just, like, more boots. The other ones were sandals, so these ones might sit, and then I might not like the brand because they aren't selling and whatever, but it's probably because they're out of season and whatever. But there's a little Fly logo, but what size are they? 39. Okay, good. But we'll see how those do. Alright, this was also a single at the, I'm telling you guys, like, it was really, I was, like, trying to, like, not want to jump off a bridge at the beginning, but it all worked out. But these are a pair of Serell. These are the Joan of Arctic boots. I pretty much I've showed you in the video a pair of Serells I don't, like, a style I don't pick up. This is a style of Serell that I will pick up. Usually if it has, like, that wavy sole, I will pick it up at the Vins. But, yeah, I would pick these up at, like, under $10. Because the style does so well for me, and I seem to find it pretty often, so that's great. And these are a size 10, so happy to find those. Yeah, here's the other Acne Studios belt. I was so excited when I finally found the match for this. It was like, usually, honestly, when I find a match to the single, it's either because somebody else, like, has it, or it's literally exactly where I found the other one. And this was in the same bin. I was going fast trying to find the other one of my other singles, and I found this one, and I think I was like, oh no, and I didn't take time to stop and slow down. I was just trying to cover, like, as much ground as possible, but ended up working out. They're size 37, and they are, like, super soft leather. I'm very excited about these. I'm not sure how much they'll go for. I didn't really run comps, but I'm thinking, like, over $50 for sure, so I'm sure they retailed for, like, $350 or something, like, around there. Maybe, I don't know. Okay. Somebody gave me these. I don't know if I would have picked these up at the Goodwill store, but these are Rothes, and I know I was sad about a pair of Rothes that was a single, which is true. These ones I wish I would have found the other pair, but this was one of these were a single, but, like, that's fine. I'll get what I can take. These are size 9. And these are just the sneaker style, which has not resold the best for me. They are size 9. These probably get 25, 30. But I don't know. I just, like, Rothes are just hard for me because I just, like, never used to find them. And I found, like, this is my 3rd pair because my last bin strip I found 2 complete matches. And then here's the 3rd. Yeah. So we'll see how those do. I'm gonna throw these in the wash, but the good news is I haven't washed my other Rothes yet, so I can do like a whole like bath party in the washing machine. But I think this is one of the first things I grabbed in the bin in front of me. These are just a pair of Hokas, but the treads look pretty good. I mean, there definitely is some wear and everything, but there's no like rips or tears, just some staining to the uppers. And they're called the Solimar, and they're a size 10. And I like the colorway on those. They're nice. So throw those with, spray them with some OxyClean. There's one bin full of like nicer kids shoes. I could just kind of tell at least when I found these. These are Fry, and they're little girls, pink. Like these are the Veronica style, like Veronica moto boots. I've never found kids Fry before, so I was like, aw. They are size youth 12.5, and they have some like, I'll just need to like clean that up, but that should just wipe off with a wet rag, and if not, they will probably still sell. But yeah, that was a fun find. And then also like in that same bin were these are a size 25 or a C7, but these are children's Birkenstocks, but they have like, they're like a Disney collab because they have like Mickey Mouse on them. So it says Birkenstock times, and then it says Disney there. So personally, I'm not like a fan of Disney or anything, but there are people that go crazy for Disney. So I'll like wipe these down, and then they should be good to go. Alright, also in that same bin, this is a new brand to me, and I need to get my scissors to cut this part of it. I'm guessing these were sold out like a consignment sale or something, but I was mad I couldn't cut this off because I mean it really doesn't weigh that much. But these are Libby and Luca, and they're size 5. And they're just a pair of shoes. I don't know, like Mary Jane style. They feel like real leather, and I don't know. I looked them up, and because I like to sell the Native Kids brand, like the Native Kids shoes, and I found some today, but they were just a little bit too worn. But yeah, these aren't like super heavy, and some people have these listed for $50. I probably will list mine at like $32, but even then, like these don't take up like any room. And if I could do that until like, if they sell for $32, that means I make 25. Even if they sell for 25, that means I make 20, and that is perfectly fine with me. All right, I have a few pairs left. I grabbed a few pairs of these. These are Ufus, not in the best condition, but I'll just machine wash them and they will be fine. Probably like $25 on those, and they are a size 10 women's. And then I found, I don't know where the other one is, so that makes me kind of nervous. Okay, there we go. I found this pair, and these ones are actually in really nice shape. These are a size women's 8 or men's 6. So I will list them as women's probably, but these will maybe are closer to 30. And I really like, I like Ufus because they're lightweight, but they don't sell for as much or as fast as they once did, at least for me. And these are another machine washable shoe. These are Zero Barefoot, which I do enjoy selling. These are they're called the women's Dylan style. They're a size 6, a little bit smaller. These ones are actually at one of the Goodwill stores, but they didn't sell. I don't know if I would have paid like $8 for these, but at the bins, sure, and they're machine washable. But I just need to spray the toes with OxyClean spray and then machine wash them, and they should be fine. And then in that Nisolo, I guess I grabbed only one pair of Nisolos. I thought I grabbed 2 or 3, but maybe not. But this is an expensive brand. This is Pedro Garcia, and these are size 37, maybe from the Nisolo lady. But yeah, they just have somewhere, I kind of like the shorter heel to these. I feel like that would be more comfortable. And they have a little bit of scuffing, but nothing terrible. And yeah, we'll see, maybe $50 for those. I'll list them there, around there. And then 2 more shoes left. Okay. The Jenny Kane guy who gave me like the match to the Loft Randall and some of like the other shoes, whatever, gave me these. These are Fry, and these, I think these might be men's. Do I keep these is the question. Size 9, probably men's. The heel does have mud there, but that's fine. I wouldn't, okay, no, I'm gonna sell them because I would never wear them. But they're so nice. Like, they're such nice, like, quality and stuff. So, and they'll, like, sell for, like, I heard this about, like, 75, so they're gonna sell for, like, over 50. So that was exciting. Yeah, I was happy, grateful to be given those. How much did I spend? I spent 58, 51, and that should just be made back on, like, one of the fries or the Acne Studios, or even, like, yeah, but it'll definitely be made back by these. Okay, so I'm not sure which boot I had first or anything, but this was like maybe 5 to 8 minutes in probably, and I just went to a different section, and this was just sitting on top of the bin like that, and I was like, okay, so I went over to it, and I flipped it over, and it said Freebird by Steven, and I was like, okay, where's the other one? Where's the other one? Keep in mind, I really haven't found like a whole lot yet, besides like the Hokas, and yeah. So then I'm looking for that, and then I find the Fry boot, and then I find the Acne Studios boot, and I'm just like, are you kidding me right now? Like, those 3 singles, like, oh, I was like, oh, it was rough. I don't know what, I feel like there was one other single I was talking, oh, and then the Serell. Yeah, so it was the Freebird, the Acne boot, this boot, and then the Serell. I guess it was 4 boots, not 5. But like, those are all, oh, and the Ferragamo. Yeah, it was 5. So 5 singles, and I did not find a single pair. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? Like, not a single one. Like, come on. And one of my other, like, the person that gave me the Rothes, she was like, hey, do you have a single Freebird? Somebody's looking for it. And I had it, but, or no, she's like, do you have any singles? Somebody has a single Freebird. That's what she said. And I was like, I have like a single Fry, because I don't know. And I was like, okay, I know somebody has the other one because I just had that confirmation. So then I see the guy walking around with it. He has the other one in his hand and is like walking around. And I'm like, I don't know. Should I just tell him I have it, or should I just like, I don't know. Because I'm like, if he's like looking, I don't know. Maybe he'll throw it back or something. I'm like, because this is not like they were gonna sell for like $25. I mean, if it was gonna sell for $25, I would just give it to him. But these like are probably gonna like list at $150, and I'm like, I'm sorry, like, these are just really good. So I don't know. But then, so after a while, I think he gives up and he like just like leaves, and he like hands it off to my friend with like the Rothes that had the Rothes. Like, give me the Rothes. I see her. She's actually the one that I had found a single Alexander McQueen, and she saw the person that had the other one, and then she like kind of like she didn't take them from me, but I didn't like tell her, I'm like, oh, you can have them. But then she ended up giving me a pair. It was a whole like, it was never that. It wasn't like, I wasn't like, I'm not mad at her or anything, but yeah, but she also found a different pair of Freebirds. So she's like, and then the guy gave it to her, and she was trying to find it, and I was like, well, like, I don't know. But then I knew she left, and then she just handed me it. So then she handed the guy with the that gave me these, he handed it to him, and I don't think he wanted them. Like, I just don't think he cared that much. And they're size 10, and they're called the Kora, and I have the match. So I would have paid like probably $25 or $30 for these. So that was exciting. The fact that I got a match, I'm not gonna lie, I was really concerned, but it turned around. A lot of people at my bins also will just like throw them back, or they'll like, unless it's like super good, like something like this, they're not just gonna hand you, they're not gonna be like, oh, like, here you go. But if it's just kind of like, if you're looking for one and you're like kind of like asking around for it, then they'll sometimes will just like hand it to you. But like, if you find like something like super good, they're not just gonna like hand it to you like this. They wouldn't just, yeah. But I'm very happy about these, so I was so excited. Yay, Freebirds. Oh my gosh, it's always a good day when you find Freebirds. And then also, like, I found so many Fry and the Francis Valentine. So my favorite pair is definitely the Freebirds, but then I also really like the Acne Studios boots. I was very excited about these. Yeah. So that was your favorite piece. Oh, and these are stuffed. other stuffed. Those in there. Oh, they're like a sock booty. Oh, these are great. Okay. Yeah, so. And then there's a pair of super worn Tory Burch ballet flats, and nobody wanted them, but I tore off the logos because I'm like collecting, like once I get like five of them, I see Tory Burch like with the big logos, like that are worn pretty often, that are very worn pretty often. So once I get like enough of them, I'll just like sell them in a lot for like $25 or something. But I'm like, at least I can repurpose like something instead of all of it going to like waste or whatever. But yeah, so I'm so excited. But let me know your favorite piece, and I'll see you guys in the next video.